Hello and welcome to the MAC weather page for this Tuesday, October 3rd. And the headlines are going to be, we're going to see some increasing moisture here through the rest of the week. Mild conditions will continue right on through the weekend. We have a sharp cold front that'll come through the area next Monday. That'll bring some more showers and some much cooler air behind it. We could start to see more in the way of frost or freeze type conditions, at least for a while, but we do expect this transient pattern to continue where we get a little bit warmer than normal, a little colder than normal. A nice sunny day today, highs around 80 degrees, and then those showers will move in probably around or after midnight, and they'll continue into much of the day on Wednesday before we see some dry conditions for later Wednesday into Thursday, and then we see more rain moving in for Friday night into Saturday. Now my forecast from late tonight through Friday night would be from 0.40 to 0.7 inches of rainfall, and some areas, again, if you get a thunderstorm, could see locally greater than 3/4 of an inch of rain. And if we look at the moisture so far for the growing season, this will be the final report, and all these can be found on our website here, and we'll update these as we continue to finish up the growing season. And this year will certainly be known for the very moist start at the beginning of the year, and then very dry for July, August, and especially for September, when we've only seen 26% of the normal rainfall. So a very, very dry September. And if we look at that, you can see on the table format how each of the individual locations did as far as percentage of normal. If we look at, again, this next slide, this is the amount of forecasted rainfall I'm expecting through midnight Friday night. And again, on the 13 station average, I'm predicting about 0.4 to 0.7 inches of rainfall. And we'll fill these numbers in several times a day to update how we're doing on that forecast with the average showing up here. And if we look at the conditions as far as moisture here for the month of October, you can see we started off where we left off in September. Now we're only in the third day, just starting in the third day, but you can see no precipitation anywhere across the area so far for the month of October. And if we look at the conditions around the area this morning, temperatures quite mild in the mid-50s, so certainly a nice warm start to the day. And again, we'll see temperatures climb up to around 80 degrees today. On the satellite view, you can see some very strong thunderstorms last night, no doubt creating severe weather across portions of Kansas and Nebraska, up into even possible into Iowa. And again, all this area producing quite a bit of rainfall, and you'll see that on Weather Watch with some of the flash flood watches that's in effect in those areas, and just a few clouds streaming off those storms here across lower Michigan. And again, western or upper Michigan getting a little bit of rainfall as well, but the bulk of the precipitation has been from Kansas into Nebraska up into Minnesota here over the last 24 hours. You can see that on radar. Just a very quick view of some of the strong thunderstorms as they dissipated and weakened during the very early morning hours this morning. And you can see those showers ongoing well off to our west as we remain high and dry here across the Great Lakes. On this morning's weather map, you can see that front very, very slowly going to be moving this way, and that's due to a number of waves of low pressure moving up that front, keeping it from moving very far, very fast to the east, as we have a very strong high pressure system blocking things right now, and that's what's going to give us our nice return flow and some more warm temperatures again for today. In fact, much of this week will still be mild. Colder air remains off to the west, but we're going to see that begin to push us away here as we get into early next week. On the weather map for tomorrow, you can see that the front becomes a little bit more stationary off to our south as another wave moves up on the front. And then finally by Thursday, with that front now south of the area, we're going to watch a pretty good low pressure system develop, and that's going to move up to the northwest across Wisconsin. That's going to put much of the MAC and LAC areas in a very good position for some rain Friday night into Saturday. Right now, Saturday could be a pretty wet day, especially for the first half of the day. And if we look at the map again as we get towards Saturday, that low pressure system in day 4 is going to be moving up into northeastern Wisconsin. We'll have the warm push of air moving back in, giving us showers out ahead of it. The cold front sweeping in, giving us more opportunities for showers and maybe even a few thunderstorms as well. So again, this looks like a pretty good setup for rain as we get to Friday night into Saturday. And as far as the extended outlook for the 6 to 10, we start out again warmer than normal and into 8 to 14, although we may begin to see this cold air press in further to the east. But overall, though, a pretty transient pattern, giving us on average a little bit above normal temperatures. As far as precipitation, again, we're going to be wet here for the remainder of this week into at least the first half of next week before we begin to see things get back to normal or maybe a little bit drier as we get towards mid-month, and I think we'll see some cooler conditions as we get towards the second half of October as well. As far as the forecast, you can see the two areas of the most significant chance of showers and thunder showers will be from late tonight into the first half of the day, at least on Wednesday, and then again for Friday night into Saturday. But you can see we have rain in the forecast all those periods, but these two periods look like the best opportunity for rainfall. And again, I think about 0.4 to 0.7 inches on the 13 station average here into Friday night. And again, that doesn't include the rainfall for Saturday that we may get. This is just through midnight on Friday. And as far as weather watch this morning, you can see those flash flood watches off to our northwest. Nothing for the Great Lakes. Thanks for stopping by and have yourself a great day, and 73s to all.